Welcome to LNN News. I'm Carolyn Day Pruitt. Here are this week's top stories. A diesel shortage triggers East Coast fuel prices to jump. Gun violence continues in the Tri-Cities. Former Container First Services exec Robert Guidry pleads guilty to fraud and embezzlement charges. And Petersburg sheriff is honored by the Virginia Senate. More in a moment.
It's time to catch a culinary wave. Fresh food, good vibes, and great service. From their homemade pickles, spreads, and hearty fresh-made sandwiches, to their full bar featuring unique tropical cocktails. Wave Sandwich Company delivers a tsunami of flavors that will wash over your taste buds.
Downtown Thunder is back, the largest bike and cruising event in the region. The hottest bands, the coolest cars, and of course, the baddest bikes around. The most exciting 5 months of the year, May through September. Don't miss out. This year's lineup features The Code, Buckshot, Crunch, Lost in the Shuffle, and 11 to 1. So catch a ride and join us for Thunder.
Welcome back to the LNN studio. First, let's take a look at national and state news. 15 illegal immigrants are suing Governor Greg Abbott and a handful of other Texas officials for over-detention, claiming that they were denied due process as well as singled out and arrested because of their ethnicity. According to a report from the Epoch Times, the case laid out by the plaintiffs' lawyers purports that their Fourth Amendment and 14th Amendment rights have been violated. This lawsuit comes as Governor Abbott continues Operation Lone Star, his multi-pronged approach to reducing illegal border crossings into Texas. Critics of the operation claim that Operation Lone Star uses racial profiling to target potential illegal aliens, but those being sued refute those claims. Kinney County Attorney Brent Smith told the Epoch Times, quote, "Nowhere in the entire complaint can they point out where we didn't arrest someone because they were white or non-Hispanic or non-Latino. If you're breaking the law, you get arrested," end quote. You may have noticed that the already high prices at the pump began to increase again in the past few days, but those who drive tractor trailers and diesel vehicles are feeling even more of that pain in their wallets. Why? A record-breaking diesel shortage. According to Bloomberg, the current shortage is the worst on record, with diesel supplies at the lowest level in 3 decades. Prices broke the previous high mark at $5.16 per gallon. Multiple causes of the shortage and subsequent price surge have been outlined by outlets such as the Daily Wire, including the war in Ukraine and sanctions on Russia, as well as the closure of a Philadelphia refinery after a 2019 explosion. On Wednesday, May 4th, Governor Glenn Youngkin signed House Bill 553 into law in an effort to ease Virginia's supply chain issues and shortages on grocery store shelves. The bill, carried by Deputy Majority Leader Israel O'Quinn, prompts the Commonwealth Secretary of Transportation to promote commercial driver's licenses, or CDLs. CDLs are the class of driver's licenses required to operate tractor trailers, and O'Quinn, Governor Youngkin, and the entire General Assembly are hoping that initiatives aimed at increasing CDL applications will help get more Virginians in the big rig driver's seat. Virginia, as well as the rest of the U.S., is currently experiencing a shortage of commercial drivers. The bill passed multiple House of Delegates and Virginia Senate subcommittees and committees unanimously, and ultimately was passed on both the House and Senate floors, with every member voting in favor of it. For more on these stories and more, check out the LNN Insider. Subscribe by going to LNNusa.com and clicking on the subscribe button at the top of the page. We'll be back with local news after this.
Hourglass Realty Group.
Opening the door to your next journey.
This is my second time going to Escape Old Town. Had a great time in the escape room. Lots of fun. Puzzles a little challenging, but I mean, it makes you really work for it. You know, you feel a lot more accomplished when it's done.
Welcome back. Let's turn to local news. Petersburg experienced a recent spate of shootings, but it isn't the only locality in the area suffering from an epidemic of gun violence. Chesterfield and Hopewell have both experienced gun-related crime in the past week, with 2 shootings in Chesterfield in just one night. Around 6 p.m. on Sunday, May 1st, Chesterfield police were called to the Pilot Travel Center on Ruffin Mill Road for reports of a shooting. One victim was found at the scene with multiple gunshot wounds, but the suspect had fled the area by car. The suspect's vehicle was apprehended shortly after when it was involved in a crash near the intersection of Route 1 and Route 10. The victim of the shooting, Keon Clanton, was taken to a hospital but died from his injuries. The suspect, Darnell White, has been detained. Just a short time later, just before 8 p.m. the same evening, Chesterfield police responded to yet another scene of a shooting, this time on the campus of Virginia State University. An adult female has been shot in the neck and was transported to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The campus was placed on lockdown as VSU police worked with Chesterfield to investigate the shooting. The following evening, around 7:30 p.m. on Monday, May 2nd, Hopewell police responded to a call for shots fired in the 1900 block of Stewart Avenue. A vehicle was hit by gunfire as it traveled through the area, and Hopewell police were able to determine that Diedrich Taggart, age 21, fired the shots into traffic. Police have obtained warrants for Taggart on 4 firearms-related charges, as well as attempted malicious wounding. Petersburg once again dealt with shooting-related violence on Tuesday, May 3rd, when code compliance staff conducting an inspection of a vacant property called for police backup when a female approached them carrying a gun. When Petersburg police arrived, the female, identified as Denise Towns, fired shots at the 4 responding officers. Towns fled on foot, and Petersburg PD apprehended her. Towns is being charged with 4 counts of attempted murder and 4 counts of use of a firearm in commission of a felony, along with 3 other firearm possession charges. Robert Guidry has pleaded guilty to charges of tax fraud and conspiracy to defraud individual lenders, financial institutions, and his employer out of almost $9 million. According to court documents, Guidry conspired with Christopher Elko of Petersburg between 2012 and 2020, obtaining loans and selling interests in Container First Services fraudulently. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Virginia, Guidry obtained loans from individuals for supposed investments, but used the money to pay for his personal expenses. He and Elko also misreported Guidry's financial status to financial institutions from which they borrowed money, ultimately embezzling money from CFS to repay both the individual and lender loans. The total loss of money caused by these actions amounted to $8.8 million. Guidry is currently scheduled for sentencing on September 7th of this year. The maximum prison sentence for his charges is 30 years. On Tuesday, May 3rd, Congressman Donald McEachin delivered checks to Prince George and Chesterfield counties to support projects that each of the localities is undertaking. Prince George received $3.2 million to expand water infrastructure along Sandy Ridge Road in the northern part of the county. That project is aimed at providing utility services to more county residents while also decreasing impact on the Chesapeake Bay watershed. The same day, Chesterfield County received $1 million for the revitalization of the Ettrick train station. That project will increase accessibility of the station, making it easier for pedestrians and bikers to access the hub. The station will also be upgraded for ADA compliance. We'll be back with more local news in a moment.
Today's show is brought to you by our friends at the Cloud Factory, who take a customized approach to their customers. They know not everyone is alike, and neither are their needs. So, the Cloud Factory focuses on what's best for you when it comes to CBD, hemp-based products, vapor nicotine, glassware, and just about anything, providing alternative routes to a healthier you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sandy Elba.
And I'm Dr. Adam Elba.
We're chiropractors, and we love what we do.
We change lives on a regular basis. We go from pain relief all the way to wellness. We work with the cause of the problem, we help solve the problem, and put your life on a whole different path.
If you're concerned about your health in any way, or you just want to be healthier all the way around, come see us, Chester Family Chiropractic Center.
Welcome back. On Wednesday, April 27th, Petersburg's own Sheriff Vanessa Crawford was recognized on the Senate floor by State Senator Joe Morrissey. Sheriff Crawford was recently honored with the National Sheriff's Association Sheriff of the Year Award for her distinguished career and service to her community.
The Senate will come back to order. Chair recognizes the junior senator from Richmond City, Senator Morrissey.
Thank you, Madam President, and good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Madam President, I rise for the purpose of an introduction.
The senator has the floor.
Madam President, ladies and gentlemen of this body, I am so pleased to be able to introduce this next lady. She is a iconic female trailblazer in law enforcement in Virginia, and as you'll find out at the end of my remarks, in the country. I want to introduce you to the Sheriff of Petersburg, Vanessa Reese Crawford. She's standing now. Let me share a few things about Sheriff Crawford with you. She, of course, was born and raised in Petersburg, and she became the first woman to run an all-male facility in the Virginia Department of Corrections, where she served for 28 years. She then was sworn in as the sheriff of the city of Petersburg in 2005 and was reelected in 2009, 13, 17, and 21. She is the only, for one period of time, from 2014 to 2017, she was the only female sheriff in the United States. She continues to reach accomplishments. Her peers elected her unanimously to serve as president of the Virginia Sheriff's Association in 2017 and 2018. And this coming June 28th, she will be recognized at the annual conference of the National Sheriff's Association. She will be presented with the Ferris E. Lucas Sheriff of the Year Award at their annual convention in Kansas City, Missouri on June 28th, 2022. So with that, Madam President, I'd ask that you and the body extend a warm and gracious welcome to Vanessa Crawford, the Sheriff of the City of Petersburg.
Sheriff Crawford, you are indeed a trailblazer. You know, it's once said that we have found something that does the job of 5 men, 1 woman, and that's you. You are an inspiration to us all, and I'm sure there are little girls who are looking up to you and saying, I can be sheriff. And I know in your wildest dreams you probably never saw this, but here you are, and we thank you for being that example. And Senators, please let us give her the warm welcome of her Senate.
Economic development was the focus as 5 state delegates and 1 state senator traveled to the Dinwiddie County Airport on Wednesday, May 4th. The Virginia Gateway region had organized the event as a legislators' day to bring state representatives and area stakeholders together to discuss important issues for the region and ways to build economic prosperity. Keith Boswell, the president and CEO of the VGR, spoke at the event.
This is a great event. It's one of those events that we pull together people, we talk to people, and we get people's ideas. It's all around building economic prosperity for the region. Specifically today, it's around legislators. We wanted to make sure that our legislators that represents the Gateway region hears and talks about the kinds of things that it's important to us as a region.
Dinwiddie County Administrator Kevin Massengill spoke to the crowd about the importance of the communities being united.
Unity is a big driving factor in all of what we do, and we can never obtain legitimate unity without a common belief in what it is that we're trying to accomplish.
The VGR serves Colonial Heights, Dinwiddie County, Hopewell, Petersburg, Prince George County, Surry County, and Sussex County. The event at the airport was designed to further the VGR's mission to foster regional prosperity through business growth, powerful partnerships, and delivering innovative resources to its communities. The gathering at the airport was designed as a networking event. The event provided many community leaders the opportunity to have one-on-one discussions with legislators representing the Tri-Cities area. Boswell said the VGR intends to make this an annual event. Every April, the Garden Club of Virginia embarks on a complex undertaking, Historic Garden Week. During this year's Garden Week, which ran from April 23rd through April 30th, 28 localities across the Commonwealth were flooded with gardeners, florists, and tourists eager to get a peek inside the rooms and gardens of Virginia's homes and landmarks. In Petersburg, the tour list is fresh each year, with a different set of homes, both historic and modern, as well as gardens open to Garden Day ticket holders. This year's list included Center Hill Mansion, the Battersea Estate, and 4 homes in the historic Poplar Lawn District, as well as a Japanese-inspired garden near Walnut Hill. As guests tour homes throughout Virginia, they are also treated to lovely living works of art, floral arrangements created by members of local chapters of the Garden Club of Virginia. The Petersburg Garden Club crafted the beautiful and unique arrangements featured in the homes on this year's Petersburg tour. While the Petersburg Garden Day Tour offers an inside glimpse of the beautiful homes and gardens in and near the city, it also serves as a way to preserve Virginia history. The money raised statewide via ticket sales for the tour goes to assist in the preservation of historic sites across Virginia, a list of 50 different locations, including Bacon's Castle in nearby Surrey, Mount Vernon, and one of Petersburg's own landmarks and tour stops, Center Hill Mansion. In addition to the home and garden stops on the Petersburg tour, the Petersburg Library hosted a companion exhibit this year.
Today is a special day commemorating Historic Garden Week in Petersburg, but the Library of Virginia has just opened an exhibit at the Petersburg Public Library that focuses on probably Virginia's most famous landscape architect and designer, Charles Gillette.
Why was this particular location selected as for this exhibit?
Well, in part, it's because Bill Nicholson invited us and inspired us, and because I think the gardens Gillette did in Petersburg are probably not as well known as the ones he did in Richmond, but they are just as important and beautiful and important to this community.
The event here, the reception, is something that I wanted to do to help bring some people from Richmond and outside of the area to Petersburg for a cap off of a wonderful exhibit curated by the Library of Virginia.
What do people miss out when they don't come to Petersburg?
The one thing that they miss out on is the genuine hospitality from so many people, and this is one thing I've heard about the home tours today, is that the guests were all very pleased by the overwhelming hospitality. But I think what they miss out on also is the incredible history lessons of Petersburg, the vast architecture, the beautiful gardens, the important figures in Virginia's history who had key roles here, and Charles F. Gillette is one of those persons.
BSV keeps it 100. 100% committed to you. You have questions, we have answers. Just give us a call. BSV. We're 100% for you, 100% of the time. Call or visit bsvnet.com today.
Earth Day was April 22nd, and Hopewell community members celebrated with a project to benefit a local school. We go to Chai Gullahan at DuPont Elementary.
This is Chai, and we are here at DuPont Elementary School in Hopewell, Virginia. And I am with health and physical fitness instructor Ryan Ponder, who is heading up this program. Now, what's going on today, Ryan?
Yeah, so we're doing a spring service project here at DuPont Elementary. We are trying to transform the space into a place that kids and teachers and families members feel like they belong and that they are proud of. And so we are restoring the trees and we're restoring the garden and just making this place look beautiful.
Well, I see people with rakes. I see people with shovels and wheelbarrows and lots of dirt and water, and we're in the middle of a garden here. So you guys aren't kidding about this, are you?
No, we're not. We had about 60 to 70 volunteers come today from the Hopewell Manufacturing Association, other local organizations, even the Rotary Club has played a big role in it. So really a civic and community-wide effort to help make DuPont the place to be. There's lots of young trees on this property, not just here at our school, but around the city of Hopewell. Try to make this place a healthier place, not only for trees, but a healthier place for us people as well.
We're here with Alvin and Allison Adkins at DuPont, and Allison is even digging here and planting a tree. What brings you guys to this event?
We work for West Rock here in Hopewell, and they said they wanted volunteers or needed volunteers, so it was off today, and so it'd be something fun to do, and so I'm not going to include her in.
So, Allison, how do you feel about this?
You gonna say, hey, how you feel? You feel good about it? Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I see you're planting a tree over here. What is the significance of what you're doing here today?
Well, the community needed help, and I guess here they hadn't had a chance to take care of the trees and do like they should. So the significance is we're putting mulch down, digging up, and getting the tree water and thing so it'll last for years. So it just needs to be taken care of every once in a while. And just something we wanted to do. We work here, so we wanted to help out the community. So
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for helping plant the tree.
Yep. Say Chad. You say thank you.
That's great. We are here with Georgia Sink, and she is with Advanced 6, volunteering here on Earth Day at DuPont Elementary. Now, what's going on, Georgia, and why are you here?
We are helping the community, planting new trees, working on the playground, the mulch, getting the leaves up, just making it a safer place for the children to be.
Fantastic. Is there a final takeaway that you'd like to give everybody about what you're doing, why it's important, Earth Day in general?
But it's important to plant the trees, take care of our earth so that it can take care of us.
Fantastic. And we're here with Martha DeSanto and Sarah Corrales. And can you tell me what you're doing here and where you work?
We work at West Rock, and we are here to help the community by helping take care of the trees here at DuPont Elementary, and just volunteering and giving back to our community.
Fantastic. And what is your active role here today? What are you doing?
Today we are helping kind of edge around the trees and dig up some dirt and get the grass out of the way so that we can put some mulch down around the trees.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming.
Hey, it's Chai Gallahan reporting for LNNusa.com.
We'll be back with sports.
Bopper's Malt Shop, the niftiest place in Petersburg. Ice cream, candy, foot-long hot dogs, burgers, and now introducing the Bopper Blast, a hand-dipped vanilla shake with a blast of candy. Available in over 15 flavors. Bopper's Malt Shop, Old Town Petersburg.
Yes, you can still get haircuts, colors, highlights, waxing services, everything that's going to make you look great right here at the Apothic Company.
My favorite thing about my job is I get to walk through the doors and see the residents smiling and happy, ready for the day to see what kind of activities we have going on. My name is Rachel Barefoot, and I'm the activities director here at Dunlop House. We do things like physical exercise, fun arts and crafts. Working with seniors is great because I like to be able to make their golden years the best they've ever had. No matter what's going on, the residents' health and well-being is our top priority.
Dunlop House, more than a house, it's home.
Welcome back. We now go to Chai Gallahan for the latest on the East Coast Basketball League.
After a record-setting 11-0 start to the season, the Petersburg Cavaliers have been able to set another record, the undisputed number one team in the league, at least for now. The primetime players have been the perennial powerhouse of the ECBL, winning 9 of the last 10 league championships. But the league's most dominating team has ventured into uncommon ground, the loss column, leaving the Petersburg Cavaliers as the only team in the ECBL untarnished. Led by a 41-point performance by Tyshawn Alexander, the Charlotte Tribe pulled off the upset against the previously unbeaten primetime players 133-114. With the win, Charlotte has clinched the first playoff spot in the Southern Conference. The Cavaliers have 3 games left in the season, all on the road before returning to the Berg on June 4th for the playoffs. It looks like things are heating up for the Cavs, Carolyn Day.
Thanks for that update, Chai. How's the weather looking this week?
The weekend starts off with Friday showers and thunderstorms throughout the day and intensifying in the afternoon. Highs in the low 80s, lows in the 60s. Saturday cools down with more rain and highs in the 60s, lows in the 50s. Sunday brightens up with highs in the 50s and lows near 49. If you're going to be outdoors, Sunday is your best day. And be sure to bring a hat and a jacket along. The rest of the week starts off sunny with a high of 62, a low of 52 on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday are mostly and partly cloudy with highs in the upper 50s and 60s and lows in the upper 50s. So back to you, Carolyn Day.
That's all for this week's newscast, but we'll see you next Thursday for the latest local headlines. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Thanks for watching LNN News by the People, for the People. Hi, I'm Carolyn Day Pruitt.
And I'm Chai Gallahan.
Major media companies have editorialized reporting and called it news. The free press was never designed to be journalistic interpretation of the facts. LNN USA is committed to reporting facts about issues important to you, but the free press is anything but free.
LNN USA exists to serve our fellow citizens, As a locally owned and operated digital news network, we forego the expensive printing presses, costly production plants, and corporate overhead. Your membership dollars are primarily used to pay local reporters to cover local news. Reporters dedicated to investigative news and features that matter. To do that, we need your support.
Become a member, and you'll receive the LNN Insider Weekly Email, a 40-page magazine packed full of news and features you won't find anywhere else. Membership also includes full access to LNNnews broadcast archives, LNN Insider magazine archives, extended interview clips not aired in the weekly broadcasts, and more.
Your membership supports local independent reporting free from corporate and political pressure and agendas. Become an LNN member today by going to LNNusa.com and clicking on the subscribe button at the top of the page.